Ash had texted Chris to say, "Oh, come on to Reds at 11 and I'll update you before I go to hospital today." And obviously many prayers and wishes to our CEO for his procedure that he's gone into today. I'm absolutely sure from what he was saying that it is going to be fine. The reason I'm saying we only got 13 minutes is because I managed to set up the meeting on OConnect and posted out all the rest of it in 8 minutes. That is how cool OConnect is. I managed to set up the webinar super quick, post it out to the people who were going on to the speaker, and also post it all out. So talk about a system that works extremely efficiently and easily. The way that you set up a webinar now, very, very easy for anybody to do. Don't have to be technically minded. So I was pretty chuffed with that. So we yesterday then our CEO came on, and as always, I like to do a little bit of body language looking at him. He looked relaxed, didn't he? In fact, he looked extremely happy, jovial, I think is the right one. Colonel Daniel Lee, thank you so much for your super sticker, my friend. Look really, really relaxed, confident, in fact, actually. And that obviously transpired in the things that he was saying through the day. Loved it. It was almost like before he'd had a bit of weight on his shoulders, you know, and little bit down and suppressed maybe even, but yesterday certainly looked like he was relaxed. He was sitting back a lot, you know, he was in really, really good spirits. So that was great to see, which is fantastic. And he came on and he said, thanks for going on a Tuesday, basically because he said he's got his medical procedure, which I've just said. He is hoping to be back in action under the 2 weeks. What is this 2-week thing? That is the advice of the medical team. Listen, if it's Ash Mufareh, and we know Ash Mufareh, I can assure you, is not going to be giving it 2 weeks. But he's told us that because that's the advice that he's been given. And this really goes back to a lot of the things, really, isn't it, that our CEO does like to pass on the advice he's been given by many people. And this has also been some other problems which we've had, isn't it, through the last few months, that's for sure, because of bad advice. And this is why he has regained the helm once again, because he's obviously not happy with certain directions. But he also said, most importantly, I want to build on what I said last time we saw each other. He said he's going to target what he said from a different dimension. Now, before I get into what he says, I want to reiterate the reasons why he feels that he has to sort of change his wording slightly, so maybe absolutely everybody out there can understand what he was saying and why he was saying it. This is certainly not against anybody. It is certainly given to try for you people out there to understand why he is doing what he is doing. Okay. He wants to be able to say more, but he can't for various reasons. So he thought that the best thing to do, come on, just before he goes into hospital, and try and say things the same as what he said last time, but maybe in a different way, so that for those that didn't quite get it, this is another opportunity to hear it from the horse's mouth, our CEO, and then maybe you might not only understand it better, but also the reasons behind why he is doing what he is doing. He said we exaggerated by saying that we over-deliver and go above expectations. And we have recognized that there has been some hiccups through this period of change. But one thing has never changed, and that is his belief in the core of his people. That's us, guys. Anybody, and I mean anybody who is engaged in any way, shape, or form is part of that. If you are a positive ambassador of Onpassive in any way, shape, or form, that means not even saying anything, just logging in, just watching a live. You don't even have to be a commentator. You don't even have to type. You don't even have to do anything. But as long as you know inside you that you are wholeheartedly and positively behind the CEO and the company and the many people that do so much for Onpassive, then this is the person that he is talking about. Okay. And really, the whole emphasis of everything he said yesterday is talking about you, that person who has the positive mindset for Onpassive, whether you say anything, do anything, but you are one of these people that log in, you know what's going on, and that's all you need to do. So he really wanted to attack what he was saying from a little bit of a different angle so that every single person understood exactly what was going on. He said, we are making the changes, these changes because we are being unhappy with the pace. Now, the pace really is not necessarily the speed of it, but because of things that he was told, which he then relayed to us and never ended up happening. And so the pace looked good, but actually the reality wasn't part of that pace, was it? He said, we really want to rock the world and we really like to make people happy. And the loyal people, you guys out there, which I've just explained, because really is the passion of the company to do good for all of us. Onpassive was not developed and designed to rip people off. It's been completely turned turtle. It's been designed so that it is there to help people in every shape or form. Individuals, businesses, corporations, governments, in fact, countries even as well. It is there to help them, not to take advantage of them. And we know this anyway. I don't really have to explain that if he was going to take advantage of us, he'd be charging us for what we've got already on a monthly basis. No. That's not what Onpassive is here to do. Onpassive is here today to help as many people as possible. But there is been a hiccup. And this is why he wanted to reiterate once again what that was all about and why he has decided to go in a little bit of a different direction. He said it's joyful for us to see pleasure in people's lives. And that is going to happen, guys. He went into more detail about this later on in what he was saying. He said, you're going to be so proud that you stuck with us. And keep in mind, we could have done things differently. We know that. We know because they could have got rid of the foundership. They could have said, right, enough's enough. I can't be dealing with all of this anymore. We're going to go down a different route. But no, he felt really obliged to stick with what he wanted to do. Okay. And this is why we are where we are right now. He said that, of course, to the millions, which is all of us like that, we should, he can't reveal everything that's going on. And this was a misjudgment in the past, but certainly moving forward, everybody will only hear it by the actions of what is happening. Okay, so basically what he's not going to do, he's not going to tell us what might be happening in a week, 2 weeks, this month or whatever. What's going to happen, we're going to see it. Now, for me, that is brilliant. It means that we don't have to be in a situation of talking about something for a couple of weeks or a month, and then it doesn't happen. And then people saying, well, Ash gave us the timeline. But don't forget, Ash is being given these timelines or markers, I suppose, by other people. If it doesn't happen for whatever reason, he's telling us in good faith because he's been told the same. What's happening is that it's causing problems, in all honesty, and he's learnt by these mistakes. And from now on in, we're just going to see it. Or we're going to be told tomorrow, this is going to happen because it's there, ready, and it's going to go. I love it because it means for us that we're going to see it, and we're then going to get our heads around what this new thing is, or this new product, or new update, or whatever it may be. So I'm really liking that direction that we are going in. He said that because things weren't happening within the timeline that they were expecting, we needed to adjust and push harder with the practicality of things. And the actions of what is coming certainly will shock you. And if you remember back to last week when he came on, he said it's not something that I'm going to do that's going to shock you. It's something that I have done that is going to shock you. And I'm confident that the actions that he has taken has been already done, and that is going to shock us. He said, when I said I'm taking charge of this, I know of my own work quality and what I am possible for me to do. You are going to see this summer those actions that I am taking, and see these adjustments will impress you. It is all done, by the way, by design, and we will deliver. And I want to really impress on you that this is going to happen. Now, I really do believe that this was a really important guide for us. Now, I don't know if you guys can remember back in January, he was giving timelines of 2024 to us. One of the biggest timelines was what was going to be happening in the summer of this year. It is round the corner. Now, before anybody says anything, does that mean we have to wait now to the middle of summer before all the commissions and the bonuses get paid out? No. That is not what he has said. This is the timeline for something that is going to shock us that we do not know anything about whatsoever. The payments of the commissions and the bonuses, that's all still intact with what he has been saying. That's going to get done as soon as it possibly can. Why? That bottleneck needs to be cleared out before we can move on to anything else. And I mean anything else. He is not going to move forward until those payments have been paid out. We've talked about it many, many times, guys. Why can't we? Because he can't expect people to pay for something else if they haven't received the money because of going out of pocket only one more time, all that sort of stuff. And this is exactly why that part has to be done. But certainly, and I mean certainly, he certainly was alluding to the fact that we really don't know anything about what is going to be happening. But he did say that the big news is certainly going to be coming in midsummer of this year, which is like round the corner. He said, so for me personally, anybody that has given us attention, I want to ensure you do not walk away disappointed. Why? Because you're not going to be. Hang on in there, he's saying. He's saying, stick with us. Why not see out this project to the end? He said, I'm not charging you for anything. Just believe in the journey of what you are on. And I really do think that majority of us, and I do mean that wholeheartedly, the majority of people who are engaged, who do look at their back offices, are of that mindset right now. I want to see this through. That's what you want to do. You want to see this through to the end, because many of us have got involved with stuff, haven't we? We've got involved with things, but we've never seen it through to the end. We might have fallen away by the wayside for one reason or another. But I really do feel here, right in my heart of hearts, that the majority of us, we want to see how this pans out. I'm certainly one of those people. Obviously, I'm through and through Onpassive, but I am looking forward to seeing this through to where we're going to be going. That's for sure. And he said that everyone who's had access to the products now, or this product, which was on OConnect, for a long time now. So nobody has lost anything because of that value that we talk about on many, many occasions. He said that the changes you will see you will not know before it has been made. You will see the actions as it happens, like I said. So everything is intact, and I am stacking the cool to give more layers and accumulating that value, which we have talked about on many occasions. This is all happening, he said, as we speak, and you will be incredibly pleased just as long as you are engaged. Now, he also mentioned about what is going to be happening in the future. One really important part that he did say yesterday is that, guess what? The Onpassive that you see now, the Onpassive that you know right now, the ecosystem, digital products and services, guess what? That's phase one. Phase one. He said there's going to be in the future phase two, phase three. He said maybe if you zoom out a little bit, you start getting a much bigger picture of exactly what is going to be happening as far as Onpassive is concerned. And I think if you start connecting a few of those dots together of things he said in the past about physical products, about governmental departments, about the education, the different arms that we are starting to see of Onpassive, i.e. O-Media, OnJoy, we know, the training as far as education is concerned. When you start zooming out a little bit and looking at a bigger picture of Onpassive, it starting to make a little bit of sense, doesn't it? That we tend to stay a little bit blinkered on the picture of Onpassive as the ecosystem, single sign-on, and products and services within it, etc. But that's just a little part of it. So can you imagine what is going to be happening in the future? And he gave us a little hint towards that, he said, about this bigger scope of the new internet. And he said, I hope to be able to show you that blueprint of what this is, and the technical people within the world will certainly get what that blueprint is and know how incredible it really is. Also, he said that this journey will not happen again. Totally agree. I don't think that any other company would put itself through what they have put themselves through as far as this journey is concerned. You know, it really has had a lot of pitfalls. It's not been as easy as maybe they thought it would be. There's certainly been a lot of opposition from all areas, to be honest. Maybe they thought there would be opposition from other companies, etc. But I think in reality, I think he's been almost quite shocked from the people within the business, as in Onpassive, the users, governmental departments, and companies. I think all of these things have certainly been a working in progress thing. And this is one of the reasons why I certainly believe is that he's saying that you will not have this journey again. And you will understand what a fight it has been for us and how bold this is to complete it. It's particularly good for those who are engaged because you understand it a lot more. He said, I do not treat everybody the same. And what he was referring to when he was saying that was, if you, like I said at the beginning, if you are one of these people who's engaged, who logs in, you don't have to have been a speaker or commentator or write posts or anything like that, you are good. But if you're one of the people who turns around and says, well, am I part of that? But you have never been positively engaged with Onpassive, if you have never been one of the people who have not who said maybe not good things about Onpassive, how can you be expected to be treated the same as the people who are engaged and positive about it? And this is what he's referring to, that down the line, he's saying that I am not going to treat every single founder equally because of some of the things that some people have said, done, posted, made accusations to, etc., either to him or the company, or in fact, actually other people within the business. And this is what he's referring to. So in basic terms, if you're a good Onpassivian, you've got absolutely nothing to worry about. If you haven't been a good Onpassivian, then maybe you have got something to worry about. He said, you cannot treat the loyal and heavy hitters the same as non-go-getters. You treat everybody by their way that they value the business. True statement. How do you value Onpassive? I know how I value it. I value it as something that is going to change my life. And I think if you value it in exactly the same way as I do, then you have got no worries whatsoever. He said, our time and energy has been given to those who have been willing to ride along this long journey. And based on the quality of the people, you can determine the roadmap accordingly. What does that mean? It means, in layman's terms, is that through the trials, tribulations, ups and downs of Onpassive, since July of 2018 through to where we are now in June of 2024, the number one thing that has kept our CEO going as far as driving forward on a daily basis, when literally shit has been thrown at him from all angles, is us. The people, the ones that are engaged, the ones that lift people up, the ones that give positive feedback, the ones that have got the right vibe about Onpassive. We are the ones that get him out of bed every single day to stand there in front of a whole new problem that is there day in and day out, to be able to drive forward, to be able to step up to the plate, to say, I am going to do this because of us. And that's what he's referring to when he said those words. Time and energy has been given to those who have been willing to ride along the journey, and based on the quality of the people, you can determine the roadmap accordingly. We have determined that roadmap because we have said to him, keep going, boss, keep going. You can do it. We're behind you. We believe in you. We believe in what you're trying to do. This is what's given him the energy to be able to keep that roadmap alive and to drive forward. Fantastic words. He said, I'm confident in where we are right now. This is a people business, and he certainly knows people. He said, we are made of gold. 80% people and 20% mechanics. Goes without saying, exactly what I've said. We are the 80% that keep it going. The 20%, yeah, that's the other part. He said, business is certainly better than usual, and do not judge by the details, but we certainly are better than ever. Now, I got that feeling from what he was looking like, how relaxed he was with us on 360 yesterday. He certainly looked like a person who knew where everything was in place. He knew that things are just about to start clicking in. You know, he certainly didn't look like a person who was worried, did he, yesterday? He said, we want to make sure we rock your world. He didn't say, we want to make sure we rock our world, did he? He said, we want to make sure we rock your world. This is just another reiteration of him saying, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing everything here to make it better for you. Every single time he says anything, it's never, ever about him. It's never about the company. It's always, always about what he can do to the best of his ability for us. Now, There's going to be people saying, yeah, of course he's doing it for the company. Of course he's going to be trying to do the best for his business. Well, yeah, he is. But what does that do to us? Anything that happens to the company is going to be better for us. Why? Because we are affiliates within that business. Of course, it's going to be better for us. But the drive behind everything that's happening is not the business. It's not the products and the services. His drive comes from us in believing in him. That's where he gets it all from. He also then went to say it is normal for things to go up and go down, and with the right people, we have the right technically minded people to make it happen. We've been seeing this, haven't we, over the last certainly 6 months or so. He's been introducing new people we haven't seen before. Things change in business. People change in business, guys. People come in, they don't fit what you're looking for, and so they have to be let go because they're not the right fit for what you are trying to achieve. But I really believe over the last 6 months, we really have now got a lot of the right people in place who have got the right mindset and certainly the right heart of Onpassive to be able to drive us forward and deliver exactly how our CEO wants it. And I want to reiterate that again, how our CEO wants it. It is so important to him that he delivers Onpassive to us in the way that he has promised it to. Everything he's said over the last 5 years, he wants to either make it better than what he's said or minimum deliver on what he has said. And I think sometimes people take things maybe in a direction that they feel is best, but it's actually not what he wants. And this is another reason I certainly believe why he has taken back those reins once again, because I got a feeling that things personally weren't going in exactly the right way that he wanted them to, for all sorts of reasons. He said, we believe that what we have will impact your life positively, and it certainly will change you. It's changed me already, to be absolutely honest. I don't need to wait for the next stage to know how much Onpassive has changed me in a person. He said, this has not been a walk in the park. It's been a fight and an aggressive, hostile battle, and every day has been harder than the day before. So it can happen for the masses. I do not expect you to believe me, but know that this has not cost you anything. We have already over-delivered through what we have delivered or given you and made available to you to use. You have seen where we can go and what we are doing, and anything else really is wasting your time and your dreams. So stick with us, he's saying. We've got this little bit longer, and you will certainly see that trust in us will be well worth it. That's the recap, guys. I loved yesterday. Absolutely loved it. A different angle from what he said last Wednesday to really drive home and reiterate once again that he has got this now. He knows where this is going. There has been some bumps in the road. He's held his hands up and said, yes, we have had some problems, but I've got this. Just stick with me and you will certainly not regret it. No shout outs today, guys. Haven't got the time. Back around tomorrow with Marty. It's probably going to be 10 o'clock. Also, look out on this channel. I will do the week in review recap, and I'll post that out all in the normal areas. Okay, so make sure that you have a look for that. Good day yesterday. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Lovely seeing our CEO as always. But I've really thought, fair play to you, mate. Fair play for you coming on the day before you're going into hospital. Why? Because he wanted to reassure us once again, Don't worry, guys. I've got this. You might not hear or see from me for a week, maybe 2 weeks, but we're working behind the scenes. People are doing it for you, and we've got this. I just wanted to let you know from a different angle that I'm in charge now, and I am going to deliver on my promises. Loved it. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Speak to you all tomorrow. Bye for now.